Hi guys, I'm here with Glen, Garrison. We're just outside a restaurant now, and Glen is a DoorDash delivery driver, and I wanted to get his take on what's going on with the local community in terms of small business, small restaurants, and being a delivery driver, it's been becoming pretty critical right now for people, especially those who can't leave their houses. So Glen, give me a little bit more of an insight into yourself, a little bit of an introduction. How did you get into delivery driving?
Well, I've actually done it for probably 20 years as like a second job, as a supplemental type of income. So I've been doing it for a long time. So what we're going through right now is new to me, but I've been doing delivery in all kinds of situations in the past.
Yeah, how has it changed? What's delivery like right now?
Well, from a driver selfishness point of view, it's good because we're busy. The restaurants are only doing takeout and delivery, so they're more focused on us.
Right.
The roads are more open than they are, so we can move quicker. So from a driver perspective, it's great, but obviously it's a terrible thing we've got going on in our world right now. So you kind of feel glad that you're able to still work and make some money and help people out, but bad about what's going on.
Absolutely. But you're playing a pivotal role in the whole equation because with quarantine, that means people aren't leaving their house, which means they need to get food in. People definitely like comfort in these kind of situations. Are you finding that people are being creative, exploring, being adventurous in terms of the kind of food they're now purchasing through delivery as opposed to regular restaurant eating or dining in?
I wouldn't say I've noticed that so much, but I would say that obviously more and more restaurants are open to delivery now than before, so we're delivering from more different types of restaurants. I mean, there were a lot of restaurants in the past that have been busy regardless of not really needing delivery because they did enough in their dining rooms or through takeout. But so this is a time when this could end up being a huge change for our way of life, in that more restaurants understand the value of takeout and delivery and the role it can play in their future.
Okay, so you're finding basically that a lot more restaurants are going online now and starting to do delivery, stuff they didn't consider as being important business. Now they're doing as important business, obviously, because their survival depends on it. So tell me a little bit more about yourself. How are you experiencing or handling this whole virus issue?
Well, I'm over 60 years old, so needless to say, I have some current concerns about it. I'm out here with people. Everybody seems to be doing making an effort in most cases to, not interact too closely with everybody. In fact, a lot of the deliveries we're doing now, they just ask us to leave it on the front porch or at the door and not even have direct contact with them anymore. So that's helpful.
Now, do you have any advice on that? What they should, stipulate as the instructions when they're getting a delivery? Should they say, "Hey, just deliver," or put it on my front porch, or should they allocate a table or a chair outside their door? Because a lot of people are having regular deliveries. What do you recommend?
Yeah. Well, my suggestion is that you do have a table or a chair near your door that we can place it on. And usually what we do, we have contact information for the customer so we can text them and let them know that we just dropped the order off.
Yeah.
So it's not sitting out there for a half hour and then they realize that it's suddenly out there. So that's the best way. I think to avoid as much direct contact with people as you can right now is the way to go.
So basically, instruct on the app when you're getting a delivery from DoorDash or Hubgrub or Uber Eats or whatever, Postmates, leave it on the chair I have set outside on the front door, and then the driver can text them, letting them know, hey, I just dropped it off, took a picture perhaps, and then say, come and collect it. So there's no time involved, it's all contactless.
Exactly. Most of these apps allow a lot of direct communication between the driver and the customer, so it's very easy to coordinate now, and so that's probably the best course of action to take.
Well, so how long do you think this is going to last?
I have no idea. I mean, I was just listening on the radio. They're talking about flattening the curve, which could extend it out. They're talking about the peak being in April or the peak being in May. It's hard to know. I mean, right now, I expect the things will be as they are right now, or even potentially worse for the next 4 to 6 weeks.
4 to 6 weeks.
Would
We're
be my
going.
guess.
We're going into probably the end of middle of May, beginning of June.
Right, and I have a son who's got a wedding on June 20th, so
we better pull it back before
that's
June.
Right, exactly.
Okay, so do you have any backup plans on that?
Not yet, but
Okay.
we will be formulated.
Okay, well, I hear you on that. Now, tell me, are you making enough money on DoorDash?
Well, again, I've always treated it as a second job. Unfortunately, right now, it's become more of a main source of income, but drivers are doing fine as long as the customer remembers to tip the driver like, any other service that you get.
So tips are really important. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, there are a lot of customers out there that think the delivery fee goes all to the driver, but that's not the case. We may get a small fraction of the delivery fee, and we're relying a lot on tips for our income. So obviously, the ability for you to sit at home, order food, and have it brought to your house should be worth something to customers, and they should be willing to tip the driver that's bringing it to them.
Yeah, and particularly in these circumstances, I mean, you're over 60, you're putting yourself at risk, you've got to put money on the table, and even $1 is better than no tip at all, right?
Exactly. Whatever you can do. Everybody's going to have their own issues. There's people out of work right now. We understand that, but you got to realize that the people that are servicing you, that are bringing the food to you, also have to take care of their families too.
So I think even just $1 tip, if you had 10, 15 orders a day and it was just $1 extra, that goes a long way towards paying bills, right?
Exactly.
And what's $1 for convenience to get food to your door, contactless, and no implication in terms of the virus itself. And I also recognize that a lot of people do tip very well as well,
Oh, yes.
and I'm sure you appreciate those people as well.
Yeah, there's people in these times that realize what's going on and are also very generous, and that's very much appreciated.
Now, tell me a little bit more about choice of restaurants. Are there any particular restaurants you'd recommend that you've been picking up for that you never thought of or considered and you thought the community should know? We're here in the kind of North Raleigh area, right?
Yeah, I don't know that I'm going to recommend any. I think that they're all battling for business right now to stay afloat. There's a lot of businesses that are struggling to even keep their doors open right now.
Yeah.
Some of these restaurants that employ 40 or 50 people are down to employing 5, so all of them need your business. So.
Okay. And is there any recommendations you have for restaurants? Is there anything that you've seen that they could improve on that could help their business?
Just to embrace the carry out and delivery service, try to improve your operations so you can get people in and out of there quicker. I mean, the quicker you can service people, the more money you're going to end up making. And if people have a good experience, getting food from your restaurant for takeout or delivery, then they're going to keep ordering from there.
And you seem like you're a gentleman who's experienced a lot. You've obviously got sound wisdom in you. Tell us a little bit more about yourself and like how you got
I'd
involved.
love to, but I'm here for a delivery, so I do need to get going. All right? I got to make some money.
All right, brother. Listen, thank you so much for your interview, and we appreciate the wisdom.
Okay.